I would like to welcome Cik Shafee. Assalamualaikum, Abang Shafee.
Waalaikumsalam, Mr. Zaid.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Okay, so by right,
Yes.
Abang Shafee ni dah retire. By right. But he still feels that the community, our Muslim community, very much needed our services, and he's still hanging on and doing his best to help.
Inshallah.
So
the best that I can.
Abang Shafee,
Yes, Mr.
you
Zaid.
have a question that we have collated, and I believe you have met a number of our clients for this same question.
Okay.
Every time. And
Right.
this has a lot to do with one of the pillars, which is wealth distribution.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So this is on for CPF.
Okay.
We can nominate anybody.
Sure.
Okay? But for insurance, can we also do nominate anybody? Let's make it related to Sharia compliance, which is our Islamic wealth practices.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Zaid, for that question. Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I would say that for CPF, you can nominate basically anybody. And for insurance, because it's a nomination, right? But the fact that it is a nomination, it says you can nominate to anyone, nobody in particular, as long as you think that whoever deserves that portion of your fund that you want to inherit to, you can nominate. Yes, you can do so. Just like CPF, where you can also do your nomination to anybody, not in any particular order, or anybody you think who's deserving to receive your fund. I suppose it goes the same thing for insurance. You can also nominate to anyone that you think deserves some payout.
So nothing wrong to nominate outside of your beneficiaries of Faraid.
Of course, but when we talk about in terms of perspective, I would say we would like to bring in the family members first, right? Of course, the charity starts at home. So anything that you want to give away, you should be giving away to your own family members. So rightfully, it should be done in your next of kin. That means your children, if you have some, your parents. But even if you don't have, so someone who don't have, who don't have a family, you can also nominate to, what do you call that, organizations, right? This can be done in compliance with Sharia. I mean, we go along the Sharia-ness of the giving. It should be in that manner. Family members, your next of kin, and then person in need. If you don't have any other family members to give away to, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, then leads to the next question.
Okay,
which is if Muslims' assets is distributed under Faraid, why still need a wasiat?
Okay. This is the most common question that we face. Why do we need to have a wasiat when we are bounded by Faraid?
Yeah.
I mean, we have our default system, which is the asset distribution for Muslims, which is governed under AMLA, which rightfully says that, a Muslim a family upon decease, the assets will be distributed according to his family members, which is in the heirs of, that means if they have a family, that means the kids, the wife, and the parents. These are the inner circles, right? Now, you see, Mr. Zaid, the Faraid is a perfect system, right? It is a default system. It is governed by AMLA, so no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But who is going to administer this distribution? So let me bring you the purpose of having a will. A will is something is an instruction from the person upon decease to act for him, to distribute the assets, and also if there's liabilities, to dispose of the liabilities. Now we have to bear in mind that when we talk about assets, we have to talk about liabilities too. So who is going to help me, let's say if I'm deceased, to distribute according to Faraid? So a will has its purpose. A will states, very importantly, the name of the executor, the one who will be actually distributing my asset or my liabilities to dispose of accordingly, right? So I have to have a person there to help me to dispose my asset Because the faraid itself is just a system where the divisions are all in order, but who is going to distribute those things? So that's why I need a will. So the will, the importance of the will is that it states the name of an executor. So someone to help me to dispose my asset, or if I have liabilities, to help dispose of those liabilities accordingly, right? Now, besides the will, the importance of having a will, if somebody who doesn't have a family members, who is single, who is like, or maybe don't have parents, right? If he doesn't have a will, how is going to distribute his wealth to, right? He can specify 1/3 of the total asset that he has, which is provided under Islamic law, that you can distribute 1/3 of it to the non-beneficiaries. Okay, beneficiaries, as you know, will be including as I mentioned earlier on, the kids, the wife, and the parents that are still alive, the inner circle, we call it inner circle. And apart from that, if I want to have my asset distributed to someone else, I can do that from my 1/3 of my wealth, total my wealth. Yeah, this can include the madrasas, or even for that matter, an adopted child. Because an adopted child doesn't fall
under faraid.
Under faraid. You must be always be aware of this, which sometimes we are not, where we mislook or we overlook this position, right? So this is where the 1/3 portion helps to distribute to the adopted child or the organization that I want to bequeath my wealth to, right? So I would
Without
say
a will, you cannot do
you
that.
can't do that. You can't do that. And without a will, if you want to get someone to distribute, let's say, my wealth, I have to do it a long way. I have to get someone to, I have to appoint a court for an administrator, which will take a longer time for my asset to be distributed. So the will cuts down the process, right? Having the faraid in place is good, but you need to have a will to fasten the process of distributing the wealth. And in this case, if you have any liabilities, to dispose of the liabilities, inshallah.
Thank you. Very
I hope that
insightful,
clears.
Inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.